Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back again. And I gotta shoot this video real quick because there's a lot of students or a lot of people coming in and they want to take advantage of my training program, okay? And so this training program is designed to help the newest person get up to speed about what Bitcoin and what blockchain technology is, so that they can be more knowledgeable about it, and of course so that they can start to explain it to people when they go out talking about it. Alright, so this is a list of questions. I'm gonna be distributing this list of questions to anybody that's interested in taking part in this training program, and it pretty much the questions, I'm gonna answer the questions right here live, so that you'll be able to get my explanation of what some of these questions are. Right, so the first question starts off with what's Bitcoin? All right, so Bitcoin is the world's first decentralized digital currency. All right, it's a peer-to-peer payment and transactions network that can be done without the need of a bank, a financial institution, or any third party. All right, so pay attention to the word in there. It is decentralized. All right, so the word decentralized, and I'm gonna get to this question because this is a question that you will need to answer, but decentralized means that it's not controlled by a single entity. All right, no single entity owns or controls this Bitcoin network. All right, so what's the blockchain? All right, the blockchain is the second question. Okay, and the blockchain is a public distributed ledger where all of the Bitcoin transactions are actually publicly recorded and stored. All right, so any transaction, anything that happens on the blockchain, anybody can go and check, verify, and validate that. All right, so the next question is, again, what is decentralized? And decentralized is very, very important in this space because, again, we do not have to rely on some single entity in order to facilitate these trades and these transactions that happen on the Bitcoin and blockchain network. All right, so it's not controlled by any single entity. If they wanted to shut down the Bitcoin network, they would have to shut down all of the nodes or all of the computers around the world running this Bitcoin software. All right, so the next question is, what is mining? All right, so mining is a very, very key part to what Bitcoin is, because miners do a couple of things. All right, they help to validate all of the transactions that happen on the blockchain. All right, so they're securing the network, and they're also helping to create new coins. Okay, so what the miners do is the miners compete to solve a block. All right, and a block is what all of the Bitcoin transactions are stored in. All right, it's only so many transactions that can be stored on a block. All right, and once a block is filled, the miners, it's their turn to validate all of those transactions. Okay, so what they do is they use supercomputers, all right, to solve mathematical equations. All right, and when they solve those mathematical equations, all right, what they're doing is they're validating all of the transactions that happen in that block. So once a miner or a group of miners come to a consensus, or they validate all of those transactions that happen in that particular block, a new block is created and then it's stored on the blockchain. All right, now once that new block is created, the miners are rewarded, all right, for the work that they've put in. All right, now this is called the proof of work algorithm, and hey, this is how it all works out. So the miners use this special computer hardware to solve these mathematical algorithms, and when those algorithms are solved, a block is created and a new set of Bitcoins are rewarded. All right, right now the block reward for the miner solving a new block or discovering a new block is 12.5 Bitcoin. All right, now this number does get cut in half every 4 years, and that's called the Bitcoin halving. And of course, that is a question that's a part of the training program. All right, but basically back to the miners. All right, the miners help secure the network, and they also create new coins. Okay, so the next question is, what is a confirmation? All right, and again, this goes back to the miners. All right, the miners, when a transaction is broadcasted to the Bitcoin network, all right, it is the miner's turn to confirm and validate those transactions. All right, it takes up to 6 confirmations for a Bitcoin transaction to be deemed a verified or validated transaction on the blockchain network. But you know, some platforms can recognize them as soon as 1, 2, or 3 confirmations. All right, hey, once you get three confirmations, most times a transaction becomes valid and a spendable transaction. All right, so the next question is, what is a transaction ID? All right, and a transaction ID is very similar to a confirmation number or a tracking number. All right, when you want to go and try to find out more information about this particular transaction, all right, on the blockchain, you have to identify that through the transaction ID. All right, so the transaction ID allows you to track a particular Bitcoin transaction that has happened on the network. All right, so if I'm leaving out a couple of questions, I will leave the answers to all of these questions. I'm also leave all of the questions so that you can go and do your own due diligence. All right, I want you to do your own research, study all these questions, so that you won't be on the spot. You won't, draw a blank when it's time for you to answer these questions. All right. So the next question is, and I'm wondering if I'm getting all of the questions. I want to make sure that I answer all the questions on this video. But what is a block reward? Okay, cool. A block reward, again, back to the miners. When the miners are racing, all right, to figure out, the answer to this mathematical algorithm, at the end of that, all right, for doing this job on the blockchain, for securing the blockchain, all right, they're rewarded when a new block is discovered. All right, the person with a group of persons, a group of miners that discovered this block are rewarded with a new set of bitcoins. Like I said, the Bitcoin reward right now, or the block reward right now, is 12.5 Bitcoin, and that number is cut in half every 4 years. All right, that moves me right to the next question, which is, what is a Bitcoin halving? All right, and the Bitcoin halving, again, like I said, every 4 years, all right, to keep up with inflation and interest rates, and continue to keep up with the Bitcoin scarcity. Hey, the block reward is cut in half every 4 years. It's called the block halving or the Bitcoin halving, and hey, so it's going to be decreased every 4 years. The last time it decreased, it went from 25 Bitcoins down to 12.5 Bitcoins, and so during the next Bitcoin halving, obviously it's going to be only 6 Bitcoins and a quarter rewarded to the miners for the block reward. All right, the next question is Bitcoin scarcity. So Bitcoin scarcity comes from the fact that there is a finite number of Bitcoins, or a set number of Bitcoins that will ever be distributed. All right, that number is about 21 million, and right now there have already been roughly about 16.5 million of these coins are already minted and in circulation right now. So there will never be any more Bitcoins ever created. So that gives you the Bitcoin scarcities and helps to keep up with the value of Bitcoins, right? So and again, hey, do not mark all my words. You do not have to duplicate everything that I'm saying. Go and do your own research, all right? Get the rest of the answers, or get some better answers, all right? Sometimes your answers might be better than my answers. You may even find me copying some of your answers, all right? As long as it makes sense, obviously, right? But I think one of the last questions is, what's proof of stake? All right. So a lot of the things that I've been talking about are related to mining, all right, and the Bitcoin miners when they're validating the network, all right, when they're securing the network, all right. So that's called the proof of work, all right. The miners are related to proof of work. Now, when you're dealing with a proof of stake type of algorithm, all right, you front your coins, or you use your coins in order to again secure the network, and also help validate all of the transactions on the network. All right, you are in turn rewarded with transaction fees for actually using your money or staking your money in order to help, help the network work, right? Obviously. Okay, so again, these are some of the questions that that need to be answered in this training program. I will give you a copy of all of the questions. You will be able to, do your research, study these questions for a few days before you actually take part in the training program. But this training program is designed to help the newest person get started in this space. All right. So again, this is the Bitcoin training program that I'm offering to all of my students. Take a part of it. Okay, this is paid training, and again, it's gonna get you up to speed about what Bitcoin and what blockchain technology is. All right. So if I left out any question, or if there are any things that you wanna, you wanna drill me on, or if it's some things that you're left in the dark about, you want to try to clear up some something that you have questions on, then do not hesitate. Leave questions in the comments. Contact me anywhere. I got a social media presence: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm there. All right. So thanks again for checking me out. Again, I'm leaving the questions in the bottom in the comments box. Hey, take part in the training program. This is a paid training program that will help you get up to speed with what's going on with Bitcoin, blockchain technology, and again, it's gonna put you in a position to help you start to get coins every day. All right, so get your coins up, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.